Think about how many things you pay for every month without even thinking about them. Netflix, YouTube Premium, cloud storage, internet, even car features now. None of these feel expensive individually, but together they quietly eat a part of your income every single month. And that's not an accident. Companies didn't choose subscriptions because they're convenient for you. They chose them because subscriptions are one of the most powerful money-making machines ever created. Here's the interesting part. A company would rather earn a small amount from you every month than a big amount once. That sounds backwards at first, but once you understand the logic, everything starts making sense. Why Netflix doesn't sell lifetime access, why YouTube keeps pushing premium, why Tesla locks features behind monthly payments even after you buy the car. In this video, we're not talking about whether subscriptions are good or bad. We're breaking down how they work, why they're insanely profitable, and why big companies keep moving towards them. Once you see this from a business point of view, you'll never look at a $9.99 per month price tag the same way again. From a business perspective, unpredictable money is risky money. Imagine running a company where you don't know how much you'll earn next month. You can't plan marketing, you can't hire confidently, and you can't invest aggressively. This is where subscriptions completely change the game. With a subscription model, companies can predict their future income before it even happens. If a platform has 1 million users paying $10 a month, that's $10 million coming in, almost guaranteed. This is called monthly recurring revenue, and investors absolutely love it. It removes uncertainty from the business. Compare that to one-time sales. You sell a product, earn money once, and then start from zero again. You have to constantly chase new customers just to survive. Subscriptions flip that equation. Instead of selling again and again, companies focus on keeping existing users. Netflix is a perfect example. They don't care about selling you a single movie. They care about keeping you subscribed for years. That predictability allows them to spend billions on content while staying confident about future cash flow. A monthly price feels harmless. That's the trick. When you see $10 or $15 per month, your brain immediately compares it to daily expenses like food or transport. It feels small, manageable, almost invisible. Companies design subscription prices specifically to avoid triggering financial pain. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people never calculate the long-term cost. A $10 subscription doesn't feel like much, but over 5 years, that's $600. Over 10 years, it's $1,200. But because it's broken into tiny payments, your brain never reacts the same way it would to a large upfront price. This is backed by behavioral economics. Humans consistently underestimate recurring costs, especially when payments are automatic. Companies know this. That's why you rarely see subscriptions advertised as yearly totals. Netflix, Spotify, and YouTube could easily say pay $120 a year, but they don't. This pricing illusion increases signups while reducing resistance, making subscriptions far more profitable than one-time purchases. Free trials feel generous, but they're carefully engineered business tools. The goal isn't to let you test the product. The real goal is to integrate the product into your routine before you ever pay. Once something becomes part of your daily life, removing it feels uncomfortable. When you sign up for a free trial, you usually enter your card details. That's the first step. The second step is usage. You start watching shows, saving playlists, or uploading files. By the time the trial ends, you're no longer evaluating the product. You're already using it. People tend to stick with whatever option is already set, especially if changing it requires effort. Canceling feels like work, even if it only takes a few clicks. YouTube Premium is a great example. During the trial, ads disappear, background play becomes normal, and suddenly the free version feels broken. When the trial ends, many users continue paying simply to avoid losing comfort. That's why free trials convert so well. They don't sell features, they sell habits. Most subscription platforms don't offer one plan, they offer 3. And that's not random. Tiered pricing is designed to guide your decision without you realizing it. The cheapest plan usually feels limited. The most expensive feels excessive. The middle option feels reasonable. This is known as the decoy effect. Companies introduce options not to sell them, but to make another option look better. The basic plan exists to make the standard plan look valuable. The premium plan exists to make the middle tier feel smart. Netflix does this perfectly. Lower plans limit quality or screens. Higher plans feel unnecessary for most users, so people land in the middle, which is often the most profitable tier for the company. SaaS tools do this too. Basic plans lack features you eventually need. Premium plans feel overkill. The middle tier becomes the default choice for the majority of users without forcing anyone. The genius part is that users feel in control. They think they chose the best deal. In reality, the pricing architecture gently pushed them there. Subscriptions don't just charge you monthly, they slowly build dependency. Over time, leaving becomes harder, not because of contracts, but because of habits and data. This is called the lock-in effect, and it's incredibly powerful. Think about cloud storage. Your photos, documents, backups, and memories live there. Leaving means downloading everything, reorganizing files, and adjusting workflows. Most people don't do it, even if prices increase. YouTube subscriptions work the same way. Your watch history, recommendations, saved channels, and preferences are tailored to you. Switching platforms feels like starting from zero. Tesla applies this concept physically. You buy the car, but features like enhanced autopilot are locked behind software subscriptions. The hardware already exists, but access depends on monthly payments. Once you're used to those features, removing them feels like downgrade. Lock-in increases lifetime value. The longer someone stays, the more they pay. And because switching feels painful, companies can retain users far longer than with traditional products. Tesla isn't just a car company, it's a subscription business disguised as one. Traditionally, car manufacturers earn money once when they sell a vehicle. Tesla flipped that model by introducing software-based features that generate recurring income. Features like full self-driving, premium connectivity, and future upgrades are sold separately, often as subscriptions. The important detail is this: the hardware is already inside the car. Tesla doesn't need to manufacture anything new. They're monetizing access, not products. This creates extremely high margins. Software subscriptions cost almost nothing to scale. Once built, the same feature can be sold to millions of users repeatedly. That's why investors love this model. From a business standpoint, Tesla earns once from the car sale and continues earning throughout the car's life. That's far more powerful than traditional automotive economics. This approach is spreading. Other car companies are experimenting with subscription-based features like heated seats or navigation systems. When investors evaluate companies, they don't just look at profit. They look at predictability, stability, and scalability. Subscription businesses score high on all three. That's why they often receive higher valuations than traditional businesses. Recurring revenue reduces risk. If a company knows how much money is coming next month, next quarter, and next year, it can plan confidently. That stability attracts long-term investors. Netflix is a classic example. Even during slow growth periods, investors stay interested because subscription income is consistent. SaaS companies often trade at higher multiples for the same reason. Metrics like lifetime value and churn rate matter more than single sales. If customers stay subscribed for years, the business compounds quietly. This compounding effect is incredibly powerful. From an investor's perspective, subscriptions turn customers into long-term assets. Each subscriber represents future cash flow. That's why companies aggressively push subscriptions even if short-term profits dip. The long-term upside is worth it. One uncomfortable truth about subscriptions is that companies often earn money from users who barely use the product. This isn't a flaw in the system. It's part of the model. Gyms perfected this decades ago. Many people sign up with good intentions. Over time, usage drops, but payments continue. This creates something called breakage revenue, where companies earn from inactivity. Streaming platforms experience this too. Users stay subscribed just in case. The subscription becomes background noise in their finances. Because the monthly cost feels small, cancellation keeps getting delayed. From a business angle, this is incredibly profitable. Costs don't increase with inactive users, but revenue continues. That improves margins without extra effort. Companies don't rely on this alone, but it significantly boosts profitability. This is why they rarely remind you to cancel. Silence works better. Understanding this doesn't mean subscriptions are bad. It simply reveals why companies design them the way they do. Forgetfulness becomes part of the revenue stream. Subscriptions aren't scams. They're smart business models built on psychology, predictability, and habit. Once you understand how they work, the strategy becomes obvious. Companies don't want one transaction. They want a relationship that quietly compounds over time. When you start thinking like a business, you stop seeing subscriptions as convenience features and start seeing them as revenue engines. That shift in perspective is powerful. It helps you make better financial decisions as a consumer and smarter choices as a creator or entrepreneur. The next time you see cancel anytime or only $9.99 per month, you'll know what's really happening behind the scenes. And if you ever build a product yourself, you'll understand why subscriptions are everywhere. Because the real money isn't made in selling once. It's made in staying paid every single month. If this changed how you see subscriptions, hit like. And if you want more business and money breakdowns like this, subscribe. I post videos that help you think like a company, not a customer.